if you'll allow me, I'll give you 3 quick sort of story/anecdotes as to what I mean by that. So I boxed for 8 years, and I'm Italian. So I'm either talking about boxing or food. But usually those are my analogies for everything. But I remember losing, and I never went pro. I was an amateur, and that's it. And I remember losing a fight to a guy who my strategy, there were only 3-round fights. It was amateur boxing, headgear and all.
Yep.
And my plan was to trade blows early and then move away in the later rounds, which again, it's only the 2nd round, 3rd round. From that perspective, that strategy should have worked against this guy. But he hit me in the face and it hurt. It hurt a lot. A lot. The guy had no neck. It was unbelievable. And years later, I'm a lot older than Mike Tyson, but years later, I heard Mike Tyson say, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. But what I learned in that particular fight was you have to understand what it feels like to get punched harder than you can punch or harder than you've been punched before. Mm-hmm. And if you understand that that might happen, all of a sudden you do things differently. You do things completely differently. So my example on that, everybody manages risk every second that they're awake. A lot of people don't know that 250 people a year die just getting out of bed. They slip on a roller skate, their kid left out, they trip, they hit their head on the nightstand, they're dead. Now, if in the middle of the night, as a 57-year-old man, I got to take a leak, I got to get up, right? So I don't think about that because out of the billions of people in the world, I'm not likely, it's not a high probability that I'm going to be one of those 250. Right. So I get up and I go to the bathroom. I'll give you a second scenario. You and I have a meeting at a coffee shop across a 4-lane highway, okay? There's a light there, so I shouldn't call it a highway, but let's call it Wacker Drive in Chicago. 4 lanes of traffic, flying, people got to get to work. You say to me, look, I'm ready to allocate you $50 million. I've got 15 minutes. I got a flight to catch. Meet me at 9 o'clock. All right. Let's say I couldn't find a babysitter for my kid. All right. I don't have kids, but let's say I had my kid with me. I'm like, I got to make this meeting, right? It's going to be $50 million. So I might cross against the light if I'm alone. I'm probably not crossing against the light if I have my kid. This is a $50 million allocation. Those are 2 completely different scenarios. Let's say it's just you and me. You're like, hey, I'm in town. I'm in Naples, Florida for 15 minutes. Grab a quick coffee with me. All right. Now it's a 4-lane street. I can't cross against the light. You text me, hey, I got to leave. I'm like, sorry, I missed you. I'll catch you next time. Risk reward, right? You're looking at risk every single day of your life. All of a sudden, people get into trades. Risk goes out the window. They don't even think about it. It's not a thing. I'm right. Market's wrong. That's it. It's insanity to me that you don't just apply the same process of your everyday life to what you're doing with your money. That just to me is insanity.